Seeing it being 6:30 p.m. on December 10th, 2024, I'm going to open up the Hadley Conservation Commission meeting. First on the agenda is a public hearing request for determination of applicability, Mass DOT tree work along Calvin Coolidge Bridge. And who wants to talk to that on DOT?
Hi, Robin Hunter here representing DOT. Appreciate your time. Would it be possible to share my screen to present?
Yes.
Okay. Give me one moment here. Let's get this into slide view here. Is that coming through okay for everyone?
Yes.
Great. Well, thank you so much for your time. I'm here to discuss the Calvin Coolidge Memorial Bridge tree work. This is a request for determination of applicability. The background, this is tree trimming and removal needed to facilitate Federal Highway Administration required bridge inspections and to maintain bridge safety. The location is the Hadley side of the Calvin Coolidge Bridge on Route 9. And here's kind of a more zoomed in view of the work location along with the DEP wetlands mapping. The proposed work is to remove up to 8 trees and trim 2 large trees. We would use a tree truck, hand tools, and potentially a masticator. We would plan to spread the chips outside of the buffer zone or hauled off. The access would avoid the leach field on the south side. The one tree on the north side of the bridge would be, that's just trimming only. This work would occur within a 100-foot buffer zone and 200-foot riverfront area. These 5 trees, they can see in the photo here, those are proposed for removal at the top of the bank of the Connecticut River, but no disturbance to bank itself would be proposed and the stumps would be left in place. Originally, we had proposed to remove 3 of these, but upon further discussion with the MassDOT bridge and maintenance sections, they determined that removal of all 5 trees is necessary to protect the bridge. And then we just have included a few elements about the minor activities that we think could potentially apply to this project, including vista pruning, temporary activities that are temporary in nature, and vegetation cutting for road safety maintenance. Does anyone have any questions on the material I presented?
The only question I have is the RDA doesn't show the group of 5 trees currently as you're showing tonight.
Yes.
And I think that whole clump of trees is all gone together.
Yes.
I'm fine with granting you access to it, and I'll work with the DOT.
Okay, great. Yeah, we submitted that RDA prior to the site walk and prior to further discussions with our maintenance and bridge section. So they are in agreement to that those 5 trees will come out.
Okay. Any of the board members have further questions? Well, gonna have to look at this a couple times. You're good. I'm good now. So I'm gonna look for a motion to close the hearing on the RDA and issue a negative determination, correct?
Yes.
Definitely gonna be a 3.
Mm.
Definitely 3, not a 4.
June?
I would say it's gonna be 2 and a 3, right? Because it's very close.
It's because it's in riverfront and buffer zone.
Yeah. And
And 6.
so we're looking for a -2, 3, and 6 on determination. So I'm looking for a motion.
I'll make a motion to accept the RDA.
Second. Okay, any further discussion? And we basically, I threw them all together, the closing of the hearing and a negative determination, so. We're all good? Okay,
No. Do we vote?
all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye,
Aye.
unanimous, okay.
Great, thank you so much. We appreciate your time and appreciate you being involved with this multiple times. We were delayed due to some northern long-eared bat concern from our biology group. So thank you again. Appreciate your time on this.
Quick question, do you have any idea when you think they might be starting the work?
I do not know. I will reach out to my colleagues in maintenance and we'll aim to get back to you as soon as I hear.
Just want to be present there when they do the work. I have
Understood.
some time coming up where I won't be there every day, so I
Mhm.
want to work close and get accessing it properly.
That sounds good. Yeah, well, I'll reach out once I hear back from the maintenance crew of when they can get that on the schedule, and we'll obviously work around when you're available.
You're gonna want to work when the ground's frozen. If you can, it's gonna be a lot easier to get it into the work too.
Yes,
Or
definitely. They were in full agreement about that. They said they would do that regardless. So
Okay,
So Robin, should I send the original with signatures to you or to Billy?
probably to Billy is best, but either way is fine. They'll make it to the same place.
Good.
okay, next up on the agenda is public comments.
You realize the ground hasn't frozen in 3 years, right? This will be the year.
This will be the year though, right now, with no snow and rain.
Jason was here first.
Okay.
Oh, no.
Did everybody get it? Everybody signed?
Yeah.
Yeah. So with the public comment, we're gonna pass through that, go to upcoming current projects.
Yeah, I think everybody here is. Oh, well, Jason, did you want to talk about the turf?
Sure, I can't find the Zoom because joined late.
Okay, I'll just share.
I emailed you the plans that I have that I just received.
Is it just the aerial? Oh, I see. The new
Yeah,
one.
just send you an email.
All right, let me just download it.
So while you're in that, I am Jason Venditti from UMass Amherst. I am here to talk about turf replacement of the Gladchuck Field that we have, which is our field hockey complex that we have north of the stadium. I think the sheet 3 would probably be the best one, or sheet 2 or 3. Basically, what we're trying to do is that we filed a permit to construct this complex in 2015. Every 8 to 10 years, you actually replace the AstroTurf itself. So we're publicly bidding that, so it might not be AstroTurf coming back in. But basically what we do is there is a subterranean system that's there, that's a porous asphalt that is going to remain. This is like quite literally carpet replacement that happens, that you peel back the green stuff, which is, 7/16 inch thick. Maybe the next page that shows the limit of it, because it shows so we do have I can't point. We do have wetlands that are just to the north, like 90-ish feet away. So when we built this complex, we did an NOI. We probably should have put in there in order conditions that said turf replacement is going to be 8 to 10 years. We might want to consider that going forward. So we can talk about like strategies for that. Our SWCA probably thought that this was probably covered under our maintenance comprehensive notice of intent. So basically the turf field itself, so the green area, is what we do is quite literally pull the AstroTurf back, pull the little mat that's below that's an impact mat back. The substrate stays there, which is like a porous asphalt and gravel below that stays in place. So there's no excavation. It's grass and a fibrous mat. Pull that out, recycle that, put down a new mat, new grass, or not grass, but new turf on top of that. And it gets nailed down in that perimeter line that you can see. So there's no excavation. There's no work outside the existing complex. There's zero impact whatsoever to any buffer zone area. Actually, it's all hardscape within a concrete buffer. So, but what I did is we wanted to reach out to Kayla because this is within 100 feet, and UMass is going to be coming to each Concom, both Amherst and Hadley, to make sure that any work that we have going forward is in front of you guys. So we're not looking anyone driving by 116 going, "Are they doing work over there? Why do we know about this?" That's why I'm here tonight.
Okay.
So,
I think that's pretty
I think we're
straightforward.
all good with it.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
all
And
right,
it was permitted as turf. It's not gonna be any disturbance.
it's the exact same thing.
And like you said, thank you for coming in.
Yeah.
When we get the call, now we know. So-
No, that's we're going to continue to do that because that's what we want. So, yep.
Great.
All right, very good.
Perfect, thank you.
Thank you.
Upcoming projects, current projects updates, Western Mass New England Bike Association trail improvements.
Hi,
Hi.
that's us. I'm Kurt, this is Mitch and Sam. Basically, we're looking at redoing the existing jump trail, which features a road, like it seems like it's an old logging road. And some folks over the years have built some jumps that are essentially gap jumps. So there's like a mound of dirt, a space, and then another mound of dirt. We're looking to decommission that trail. For the jumps are really dangerous and not many people use it. And the other thing is it's, being a road that basically goes straight down the fall line, there's a lot of water running down that road, and the water bars are basically non-functional, and tires, bike tires going over it have made that worse. Over time, essentially what we're proposing is to put in a modern flow trail, which I guess it's essentially there are jumps, but they're rollers more so. So you can still jump, but everything is trail surface. There's no gaps, berms, and basically switching back and forth across that section of steepness where all those jumps are. We basically want to like fix the water erosion issues with those water bars that don't work anymore, and then also make it safer because it does intersect with two other trails. And so right now you're riding pretty fast through both of those intersections, and we want to slow things down before each of those intersections, and essentially modernize the trail into like an IMBA standard, outsloping trail tread, grade reversals, and really be able to mitigate any more water issues that are going on there.
Where is this located?
It's at Earl's Trails on the Holyoke Range, so kind of between like the Notch and Chimera Road, there's a whole series of trails in there. And it happens to be this one section is on Hadley land.
No, is there any wetlands involved in where you doing this work?
Yeah, there's some stuff below the existing trail, but it's all gonna be up on that hillside above. Basically, both reroute sections are gonna go to the left up onto the slope on the high side.
So this is the picture that you sent me.
Yeah, that's kind of hard to tell, but just where that double track is between that and the existing, you can kind of see the contours down in there. That's like where the wet zone is.
Let's see. Okay, so this is
The
on,
yellow line
Is the existing, and the orange is the part we want to basically reroute. And the yellow is the reroute, the dash line where it says JU, that's the existing line, is basically straight down. The yellow is the entire trail length, and the orange is just the reroute section.
dotted lines are the existing trails, correct?
Yes,
So this is a new trail.
well, it's a reroute of the existing, so it's
I really don't.
tell.
Okay, go ahead.
So this is the existing jump trail that goes, it actually comes all the way up to here.
The yellow is the existing trail.
Yes.
No, the dotted
The
line.
dotted line is the existing
The
trail.
dotted line runs right through here.
Oh,
basically
okay. Oh,
here.
okay.
And so the reroute is to basically switch it back and forth to get rid of this straight down the fall line.
Okay.
Sorry, it's not the most clear.
wait, sorry, so
And
what
then-
is the red again?
The red is the actual like reroute section. The green is more like again, I went off trail here, but I attempted to I was trying to basically look at how long the trail was. The actual trail is this dotted line.
Hmm.
The green is the entire trail with the reroute that I walked, and then the orange is the actual section we're trying to reroute. These are the existing roadways.
Okay,
Yeah.
So you're creating a whole new trail. You're not improving a dotted line trail. You're making another trail.
Essentially, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's
And
it's
the old line would
rerouting.
Or the old one, like the dotted line section through that orange area would be commissioned and restored.
I'm looking at that map and I see trails all over this mountain. You guys never did a wildlife impact study or nothing?
Well,
on his property, and now you're making more trails. There's
Well.
plenty of trails there. I mean, really.
there Are, and part of what
There
we're
are.
trying to do is trying to make things safer, make things up to current standards. What's happening is those trails were built 20 plus years ago by Earl and his friends, right? They've been added on to, people built this jump line God knows how long ago, and it's a complete mess. Like I went up there with my 5 and 8-year-old kids, and they go off with the Trail Blasters group, and I'm like, okay, maybe somebody's not going to get hurt up there. Like we're really trying to make an effort to like modernize and make this a safer space for people to recreate in,
Why not just eliminate the jumps?
because it's a horrible trail. It's basically a road that goes straight down with water bars that are non-existent, that don't do anything.
so I pulled up Mass Mapper. I think this is the general area of the trail.
Yeah, exactly.
There's a pond up here, but
It's an old
I
reservoir.
don't know how far away
Yeah.
it is. Is this the area?
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, but there's no wetlands in the
Yeah.
area. Okay,
So let's do, I mean, it's more than 400 feet from the pond. I don't know,
So,
it's
you
kind
know,
of upland.
to kind of add context, there are a lot of trails out there, and we're actually looking at decommissioning a lot of them. Like our next project beyond this is to put in an adaptive trail, which is going to basically be a machine built trail that would eliminate a lot of the awkward intersections and make it accessible to a lot of other people. We're also working on trying to get a legit parking lot along Bay Road to offload some of that strain on Chamorro, where a lot of people that live on that residential road are suffering from not just mountain bikers, but hikers and dog walkers that are using their,
Oh, I know all about that spot, believe me.
yeah. So we're really trying to like make the network better. And, a lot of those trails were not built to INVA standards. There's a ton of erosion everywhere. So
I thought only four-wheelers made erosions on mountains.
horses do a ton of it, bikes do, like.
And a lot of those trails too are not actually trails, they're old roads too, that are not used by trail users.
Yeah.
They're just
I don't know, I went up there, I saw people everywhere. Everywhere. Didn't matter what the trail looked like, they were there.
Now, is that all conservation land?
That's, I think, state.
State,
Is
town,
that the
Hadley?
state or is that?
It's conservation land that Kestrel Lake Trust has the CR on.
Oh, that's the CR that I think the town is a co-holder on. But Kestrel is the main holder of the CR, so they're basically in charge of making sure that all the activities are compliant with the CR. So have you gone to Kestrel?
as we asked that.
We're talking to them about like the parking lot scenario. They're
Yeah.
gonna try to help us with that a bit. But
What about?
not this trail specifically.
Historically, Kestrel has been our main contact, and they're kind of, we can kind of streamline communications and go directly to town, basically.
I mean, I don't think, it's not a wetland
It's
issue.
not a wetland issue.
Definitely
Yeah.
not, but
You just have to get Kestrel's permission to do.
I think that's up to them at that point, if they're
Not us.
owners, co-owners, or whatever it is, but
Mhm. There's no wetland involved, we're out of the picture. Okay,
Well, we should check, do you have the CR like on record?
So we don't have the Kestrel. We got Kestrel.
Okay, cause I know there's a few pieces of land where Kestrel and the Conservation Commission co-hold the CR. I'm not sure if this is one of them. But I mean, from a wetland side, I mean, we don't have any jurisdiction here, but I think we should double check into the CR, wherever that is. And then before you guys do any work out there, just to make sure it's, compliant. And then I guess it was probably an allowed activity if there's already trails there and trail maintenance happening.
Yeah, no, mountain biking was typically put in as a lot of activity on the CR at least,
Okay,
because that was pre-existing.
okay, yeah. What do you think, Gary?
I mean, we're not having a hearing on it, I think we're just telling us what they're gonna do, we can't really say, go ahead and do it, because
Well, we can't say unless we're part of it.
Yeah.
We own it.
we have nothing to do with it. Basically between you and Kestrel, as far as I'm concerned.
Wait, let's check the. Does it have an address? You know if the parcel has an address?
Mhm.
Why not? Oh, it's town owned.
Yeah, sound badly.
So have you talked to the select board about it?
Yeah,
And
and that's basically part of our MOU is maintaining the network. So they basically pointed us to you to just make sure that this is fine with wetlands and anything else, any other concerns.
Okay. I see. Yeah, then I guess it's. Has nothing to do with us then.
okay,
Water trail.
on to the next one.
We're actually trying to like get rid of a lot of them because it's.
Okay, 329 Russell Street, Econo Lodge site.
So you're all set.
Yeah.
Alright, thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Great. Yep, so I'm Chris Chamberlain, British Design Group, civil engineer. I'm here with Liam Ken from our office, and Laura Baker from Valley CDC is on Zoom. We have a few sort of documentation, housekeeping issues with some old wetlands permits that we want to talk about, as well as just wanted to come informally to discuss an NOI that's going to be coming for some maintenance on this site, which has most of the site is in riverfront area or perennial stream in front of the West Farms Mall there. So Kayla, the document with the permit history.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go through this administrative stuff real quick. Liam's going to kind of step through what is coming on the site just so everyone's oriented. But actually the
Oh, this one?
last one I sent, yeah. So as we were looking at the site and looking at bringing in NOI, we discovered some gaps in the record. So on this site, there was an NOI or an order conditions issued in 1996 for easy storage, for some storage units that are on the site. That was recorded, and then in 1999, we found a certificate of compliance also recorded closing out that permit. But then for the Econo Lodge project, which was, we have the order of conditions from May 2002 on that, but it is not in the registry that we found. And so in order to prevent future issues, we would like to record that order of conditions so that down the line, when this gets sold, some lawyer doesn't start poking around and saying, hey, wait a minute, we have no record of the permit for the Econo Lodge. However, nobody has, as you would imagine, a document with original signatures on it, and the registry requires original signatures to record anything. So what we're requesting today is to get a reissued signature on the notice of intent from 2002 so that we can record it. We also, as far as we can tell, there was no certificate of compliance for that work once it was completed. So hopefully next month, we're going to come with a request for a certificate of compliance for the existing work on that site. And then we'll be looking for a notice of intent for some maintenance work that wants to be done on the site. And in the meantime, in support of that strict compliance that we're going to be bringing, we're going to have to sort of submit the letter saying everything was built as designed. So we've had Fletcher Sewer and Drain out there to scope the drainage work and sort of get our bearings and confirm that in fact everything was built underground the way it was supposed to. And then Liam's going to just go over real quick. We've got some stormwater basins out there that are in bad need of maintenance that hasn't been done over the years, which we would like to roll into the notice of intent just to make sure we're all clear to be able to do that and sort of bring it back to the way it was intended to be when that project was completed 20 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So in those administrative issues, any questions there? as to what we're trying to do.
Are we able to do that?
Do, you mean?
To sign off on everything that was done in 2002? Could they need that
Yeah,
before they can
well,
move forward?
Issued, it just wasn't recorded, so,
If there's never a certificate of compliance either.
Right, and so
Yeah.
So
next
that's what
month,
we
we're
need
gonna
to-
bring a request for certificate of compliance, and, you know, we'll document everything that we did to try to confirm that it actually was built.
So once that's done, then you're gonna be looking for a notice of intent for
Exactly,
the future work.
yes.
Okay, yep,
And our hope would be to get those potentially both on the agenda for January, so we can take up the certificate of compliance, assuming that that's agreeable to everybody. That could be issued, and then we could turn around and do the NOI.
see why it wouldn't be. It's there.
But that order of conditions that wasn't recorded. Do we have that? Do
we have a
that?
copy of it,
We just have to get,
they just need the original signature,
We
which
need the-
unfortunately I realized I didn't bring the signature form. But I think if we vote that we all agree that we could sign it, I'll get your signatures later in the week and then.
And we can have the NOI note ready for next.
we have a copy, this doesn't have wet signatures.
It's not, yeah.
It's a photocopy.
Okay.
Yeah, so this is a photocopy that
Okay.
was issued and
Gotcha.
signed by the
So
commission at the time.
here's the bugaboo.
Yeah,
Probably all those board members that signed it back in 2002,
Doesn't matter,
it doesn't matter?
yeah,
That's what I was asking. If that doesn't matter, then,
yeah.
Okay, so do we sign with the current board?
Yeah,
is that, I don't know. I'm asking you.
whoever's on the board, whoever is here now and votes.
We
that-
can accept it, and honestly, I think we're going to because it's done.
Yeah, and then you four sign it. And that's valid. I talked to Mark Spencer about it.
You did?
Yeah.
Okay,
there's the
fine.
magic word, right?
Yeah.
Sign.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay. Okay. Anything else? That's
Great,
it?
and if you'd like, we can just give you a preview of what the work is gonna be. If you have any initial comments, we can add that in, or we can save it for next month.
Save it for next month.
Okay.
Okay.
It's repaving and we wanna clean up the stormwater and
Yep.
things like that.
Perfect.
Great,
Thank you, guys.
Okay,
Make
thank you.
decisions.
So should I send you the signed page?
Either that or when it's ready, we can come pick it up if that's easier, because we're gonna
Okay.
bring
That's
it,
good.
bring it down to the registry.
I'll be in contact.
Next on
Okay,
the
very
agenda,
good.
municipal
Thank you.
solar project. Anybody here to speak to that?
Wait, hold on.
Okay. You can take a breather.
Sorry, what were you got?
It's about the property in River Drive.
Okay, do you ask your question now?
Sure, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm Steve Spiegel. I live in Amherst, been here a while. I have owned a house there 26 years and by the university, and the place we moved into, owner occupied, is not owner occupied anymore. There's a property on River Drive, 56 River Drive, owned by Marjorie Southworth. That's it's got a trailer and then kind of abandoned shack there. It's right on the river. It went through last year, you guys approved it for building, and EPA, Environmental Protection, also approved it. And we haven't put an offer on it, we're interested, the price is high. But before we do stuff, I just want to do due diligence, like what you guys approved last year. Would that be still in effect if we mostly take a plan, or would we have to start the whole process?
If you're gonna do something different than what was already agreed to,
Right,
it would be a new file.
and what if we use the same kind of footprint that was approved? Would we still have to, because with Dan, the architect, they had architectural plans, I haven't seen any of that. But if we want to build our own house, because that's what we want to do, we want to raise it up, because it's in a 100-year flood zone.
Which you have to.
Right,
Yeah.
obviously, but I guess first question is, how much above can we build it? Because that's one thing that scares me. There are a couple things scares me. One is,
The building inspector would tell you how high you can go.
Yep.
Legally.
Yep.
You're gonna use the existing footprint, which is fine.
no, it's not the existing footprint. It's a because it's a trailer right now and a shed, but the combined land that was approved last year is less than what's being taken down.
Yeah.
But so I'm just wondering how much work we have to put in to all this. And before I hire an architect and an engineer and all that other stuff and put a, and put an offer in on this. This is my wife Liddy.
See, it's a tough lot. It's a non-conforming building lot.
Right.
And it's all in the riverfront.
Yep.
And you really, it's a tough.
It's a tough one,
You're really close to the bank there.
yeah.
Are you planning on any water access?
Yeah, I'd wanna go
I
down,
don't think it's gonna be conducive for a dock. Looking for a boat.
Yeah.
'Cause I know the water depth here is not very good.
No,
because the properties north and south have died.
Yeah, they're,
they do.
they do.
Yeah, they do.
And I'm wondering, it's just, silly for me to be thinking about it, because I like Hadley, I got a lot of connections with Hadley. And,
Yeah, we live in the area and, looking to see in the town too, and, so looking at what's feasible or not and what's been previously done or not, what would need to be relooked at, or if there are new considerations. Trying to understand, I guess, the
We
the
can't,
dynamics around that piece of that.
we can't really tell you what you can and can't do per se. You'd have to hire somebody if you're gonna do differently than what already was proposed,
Mhm.
and agreed to. It'd be another filing.
Yeah.
It's a very, very difficult lot.
yeah, it is.
The guy that owned it previously, before the last person was trying for years to put something there, because he lived on Rocky Hill Road.
Yeah.
He never did it. It was just too hard. My buddy was gonna buy it. He wanted to buy it, and he backed out.
It's beautiful, it's right,
Yeah.
One of the beautiful
That's
spots,
too
but-
bad.
It's just not a big enough lot. It's just,
It's very narrow.
It's narrow. Yeah.
you know, you don't have any setback from the road.
Right.
Riverbank. You
Yeah.
Got a lot of,
Right,
Were we just across from Colin Swanson's house, roughly, by Rocky Hill?
No, across from Komansky's.
Right.
Oh,
That one,
the abandoned camper trailer.
yeah,
So, trailer.
almost across from
I
Komansky's.
mean, I don't think a lot's, I
yeah.
don't think a lot's much cheaper than this whole room.
Right, was there a shed that was gonna come down?
There's also a shed part of it.
there was,
Yeah.
They were using that as mitigation.
Right, that's what it was.
Right.
They were proposing less than what was there, and
right,
yes, you can go up. You can go
Right.
2 stories up, with an
Right.
elevator.
right,
But-
I mean, so initial footprint, or what was suggested last year, or whoever put in the requirements and a certain amount of footprint.
See, I don't even know.
Does the trailer actually have a footprint? It's a.
It got there somehow, so it's got.
It's not really a structure, it's a trailer.
Exactly, so.
And part of it is, it's a non-conforming building lot, it's technically. It's been out of habitants for over 3 years, it's basically what they call condemned.
Right.
And then the grandfather clause of an existing, pre-existing grandfather lot. Gone. You know, it doesn't, you're not. It's up to the building inspector on that one.
Right.
I know you only have so many years before something's abandoned,
Mhm.
that you can technically be in non-conforming.
Right.
That happened on Aquavita Road with House 3 south of mine.
Mm.
Carriage rebuilt.
Oh, really? Okay.
It was right on the edge of, it was condemned at one time.
and once it's condemned, then,
You have 2 or 3 years, and it's.
Yeah, that's a tricky lot.
all right,
I
well, I
think
appreciate the candor.
Everybody like to see something there than that trailer.
Yeah.
For sure,
And that shed, right,
I know.
It's too bad.
Um,
That's tricky.
all right,
With
A lot of
observation.
these, just, the riverbanks are eroding.
Yeah.
The ocean,
Yeah.
this river, the bank goes straight down like this, and,
yeah, it'd be a lot to invest
something to
in,
think about.
yeah, we have it, that's why we're here, so anyways,
Yeah,
all right.
Yeah, wanted to give a serious thought, but it's good to hear.
I don't even know why the other person didn't finally build what they wanted to build there. I mean, they permitted it and then,
Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't know what happened there.
Buildings are cheap, and so before you start to pay, that's tough.
You have $1 million tied up in that.
yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
Good luck.
thank you all.
Okay.
Modern-
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Municipal solar project.
So as you may know, at town meeting, the town voted to spend, I think, $12,000 to pursue a study to build solar on the landfill, on the old landfill site. And so the select board is forming a committee to study this. And they're looking for members, which include people from finance committee, planning board, conservation, climate change committee, agricultural committee, and select board. So I mean, I would be willing to be on this committee. If anybody else wants to be involved, let me know. Your feedback is welcome, so I think it would be valuable to, even if I'm the, liaison on the committee, bringing back whatever they talk about to our meetings, and getting your feedback would be helpful on what can be built and the size of what can be built and where it can be built. But would anybody be interested in being on that committee?
I think Gordon said he wanted to do it.
Yeah, I think, Gordon would be, yeah.
Right. I agree with you.
Gordon, you can come, you're gonna get nominated.
Yeah.
So to begin with, it's not
Second.
200 feet back from the top of the bank, right? Any type of solar array, you can't. Because of riverfront.
Riverfront, yeah.
Other than
Well, I
that,
mean,
I don't know what else.
Are they just looking for opinions?
Right.
yeah.
I mean, that's-
looking for
Cause they're gonna have to conform to whatever we tell them anyway, so.
Yeah, well, the thing is, they'll probably have to file through the Conservation Commission anyway, just like they're gonna have to go through planning board review.
Yeah,
So
right.
it'll come before this commission, whether or not you guys are on it.
I mean, they might be allowed in the 100, 200 foot zone,
Yeah,
because technically they say we can't, to make it size, to make it work
yeah,
economically, we can't put it all out 200 feet outside the zone.
Right.
right.
That's one argument they could use to increase the size of the solar array. I think it's a good place for it, way above the pin lights.
I mean, it's a landfill, so.
Yeah.
They put that there, yeah.
Yeah. I think there might also be some like NAGSP habitat, so other than that, all right.
Rats and the dump at the lake.
Exactly.
As long as they're not clear cutting the footstuff,
Exactly.
I don't care.
Other business, bills,
Bills, I don't have any bills. I do have minutes from November.
okay.
If I send an email, if you didn't get a chance to look at
I
it.
looked at them already. Anybody else want to look at them?
Minutes?
Before we approve them?
Was I here? I was here. Ray was here.
Yeah.
We need to make a motion to accept the minutes?
I'll look for a second.
We do speed reader?
Did you just make a motion?
I said, did we need to make a motion?
Oh, yeah, we just, I bet.
He wasn't here, he's gonna catch
I'll
up.
look for a motion to accept the minutes from December second. I said, I need a
He's
motion.
Looking for a motion.
I'm trying to read and do that at the same.
Let's see.
I make a.
Ray makes the motion.
I make a
I'll second it.
Brandon seconds it. Any further discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, unanimous, 4 people present. Okay, office updates.
Let's see. So I'm gonna be going to the select board meeting next week, next Wednesday, to talk about that conservation restriction that's being donated, or that they're probably gonna be donating to the town. I would love to, Gary, have you had experience with conservation restriction donations?
No.
Okay, has anybody else had experience with that?
No,
Alright, so I'm gonna talk to Kestrel, they just want a little guidance, on what next steps are, but I'll be there.
What piece is it?
yeah, where is this again?
This is next
Hockenham?
Wednesday. Oh, wait,
No, Hockenham, off Mission, behind
Yes.
Mission Marina there?
yeah,
That one,
get the Garrett
Right, okay.
or Procon property,
12 acres,
Yeah,
whatever it was.
yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Well, that's in the works, and then I'm gonna be away for the holidays between December 23rd and January 1st, just as an update, so if you email me, I won't get back to you until the new year. Oh, and then, oh, that's the next thing on the agenda, but
Meeting schedule.
yeah, so it's gonna be the second Tuesday for next year. Our meetings are still gonna be the second Tuesday of the month, except for November. The second Tuesday falls on Veterans Day, so we can't have a meeting that day. But for now, I put a placeholder on the 18th, which is the week after.
Okay.
Here, if you want a copy. So that's the only deviance from the second Tuesday of the month.
Put that in the curriculum.
I'm not gonna. be able to
Yeah,
make it.
exactly. But that's the meeting schedule. Let me know if you think there'll be any problems with that.
I don't know what I'm doing tomorrow.
I know, that's the thing. That's the thing.
It'll be fine.
Yeah,
Anything else? I'm gonna look for a motion for adjournment.
Ray hasn't done anything yet.
Make a motion to adjourn.
Do we have a second?
I'll second it.
Brandon second.
Actually, did you make that? last
Any
one?
further discussion?
I was going.
Hearing those, all those in favor? Aye. All 4 of us voted for.